Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here at $3.04. XRP is in the green, back up above $3. And a lot of people expected this to happen because we're going to get that big announcement from the Fed later today. I'll talk more about that in this video. But XRP is also rising up with Bitcoin. Now, over the weekend, I talked about these OG Bitcoin bag holders waking up and dumping massive amounts of Bitcoin. So why is the price of Bitcoin still in the green and now rising? Because of this right here. Tether minted 2 billion USDT today. In the past 4 days, 4 billion USDT has been minted. That's why the price of Bitcoin is holding up. Other than that, right now, Bitcoin would be in the red. And this has a lot of people questioning USAT. This comes from Jack. One more thing about Bo Hines and USAT that not everyone noticed. USAT, Tether's new stablecoin, is being promoted as the one that will comply with U.S. regulations. This means that USDT, the largest stablecoin, is not and will not be compliant with current U.S. regulations. And yet Tether continues to operate, and its CEO continues to be invited to the White House as a prominent guest. Here's why I think Tether is getting that free pass that everybody is starting to notice. I think they're dumping the debt into Tether. Now, could that set up for a future black swan? Possibly. You know, a lot of people in crypto also are tied to the USDT. But USAT is going to be the replacement of USDT. So will USDT eventually just die off or become irrelevant? And what does that do to the price of Bitcoin? I'm sure the price of Bitcoin would come plummeting down. I think it's too early to call still. And USAT, is that going to be fully compliant? Are we going to get audits? Or is it going to be business as usual under a different name? We really don't know yet. I know one thing. I'm not tying any of my crypto or any of my money to USDT. I've seen what happens in cases where the U.S. government gets involved with crypto companies. Look at FTX. Coinbase, XRP, cold wallets drop from 52 to just 6. A lot of people are talking about this as well. They think a good portion of this XRP is getting bought up by BlackRock. Other people think it's getting sold over the counter for on-demand liquidity. Like we see here, 200 million XRP transfer sparks ODL surge as Amazon and Uber loom. So they think some of this is going to Amazon or possibly even Uber because of one thing that Brad Garlinghouse has said in the past. Take a listen to this.
Amazon today, last time I checked, could only support payouts in 19 different currencies. Amazon is, I think one of the $2 trillion companies, and yet Amazon, their marketplace, which is a huge piece of their business, they can only pay out in 19 currencies. And that is a hodgepodge of integrations around the world, ranging from India to China to the EU. Now, if you think about the implication of that to more tangibly a business, we have had conversations with other networks, other marketplaces like Uber. Uber knows that if they can pay their drivers more frequently, the retention of their drivers goes up. Uber has a big challenge in that people join to become drivers and then they churn out. That means that Uber has to go acquire new drivers. That's not a great thing. Now, some of you probably took a taxi here this morning. When you got out of the taxi, you either paid them in cash or you paid them with a credit card, which frankly would settle in a couple days. In contrast, when you're using Uber, the Uber drivers get paid every 2 weeks. Why is it they get paid every 2 weeks? How can we reduce the friction so every time you get out of an Uber, the Uber driver gets paid? Uber wants that to happen, and despite being obviously a major player, the ability, the friction even associated for someone like that is challenging. Our vision is to truly enable global payments such that you can plug in with one API, and whether you're seeking liquidity, whether you're seeking a payment into a payment network, whether you're seeking a payment to a bank, to reduce that friction such that it is real-time and extremely low cost. By doing that, we think we can let RippleNet truly scale to serve a new set of customer demands. On demand and real time. Again, we are all witnessing a generation grow up that are sometimes pejoratively described as millennials. They expect real time. They've grown up with the expectation that this is going to be a real-time experience. They can click on their phone and have ice cream delivered in 30 minutes. I do love ice cream. Let's not criticize that. So we can make them low cost. We can truly get a dramatic reduction in the error rate such that there are not failures, and deliver an elegant experience both to banks and to their customers.
And that is why Amazon and Uber and other companies will choose to go with Ripple and XRP. Everybody wants instant gratification. Real-time payments are coming one way or another. And people don't want to get paid every 2 weeks anymore. If Uber could have their drivers get paid instantly, that would be great for Uber. And it would be great for other companies where people want to get paid in real time. I'm sure when you go to work in the morning, you would love to get paid every minute that you're at work, or every hour that you're at work. And this is what Ripple has been working on this entire time, because that sets up for mass adoption. And I love it when somebody flips the narrative on the mainstream media news. Sal Gabberty, president of Teucrium Trading. I am an XRP enthusiast. Take a listen.
Based, and then you decide to venture out into cryptocurrency, specifically XRP. What was the thinking there?
Well, we had filed for Bitcoin before, and we do have crypto interests, and I'm an XRP enthusiast. And when I saw the opportunity to file and get it approved, and really not holding XRP itself, but holding the derivatives so that we could leverage it and give investors what they want. They clearly want some leverage. We got a great ticker, double XRP, XXRP, and it took off. It was a big hit immediately, right out the door.
And that also shows you the demand for XRP ETFs. We need more people like him on the mainstream media news, because they only want to talk about Bitcoin, because the people that are paying their paychecks are Bitcoin only people. They all have ties somewhere to Bitcoin. That's why the narrative for years has been Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. And in the background, Ripple's building an entire new financial system, as well as others. Stellar's doing the same thing. Hedera's doing this. Quant's doing this. XDC, Algo, IOTA, ADA. They're all part of building out a brand new financial system. Yet the mainstream media news wants to distract everyone with Bitcoin only. This comes from Wrath of Common. Nature's Miracle announced it intends to acquire $20 million carbon credit portfolio to use as the basis for a tokenized carbon product on the XRP ledger. They frame it as an XRP-based tokenized product. Especially interesting is that there is no mention of Ripple. It's all third party. And they want to bring carbon credits to the XRP ledger. We knew this was coming. You know, carbon credits were something I talked about in Great Reset videos. I always said in the future, if you want to travel, you're going to have to buy carbon offsets, because that was all part of the plan. And it seemed like carbon credits kind of disappeared into the background for a period of time, but they're not going away. By 2030, carbon credits are going to be a market of their own. And I look at this as Nature's Miracle They're getting in very early to the carbon credits market. These bastards skipped XRP. This comes from James Rule. Blue chip cryptos explain the safest long-term investment. And they did. They skipped XRP altogether. They named Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Cardano, and Solana. XRP belongs in this list. So you see, these cryptocurrencies are generally categorized by market cap, high market cap, often making up a dominant share of the total crypto market value. Liquidity, high daily trading volume, allowing for easier buying and selling without significant price disruption. Adoption, widespread user base, merchant acceptance, and institutional recognition. Development activity, active and transparent development teams consistently improve the technology. Use case, real-world utility, or a solid role within the blockchain ecosystem. Sounds a lot like XRP, because stocks, digital asset blue chip index, defines blue chip cryptocurrencies based on quality, network activity, technological robustness, and financial strength. XRP is ranked number 3 in the weighted basket of digital assets approved for institutional investment. XRP equals a blue chip crypto. That comes from Smoke. And you see it right here. It's documented. Yet they always want to keep XRP out of the conversation. Even the people that write these articles all over X, they always like to cast some sort of shade on XRP, time and time again. And like I said, today at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Chair Powell hosts live FOMC press conference. Now, this could go a few different ways. Number one, if he cuts rates, even by 25 BPS, I think the crypto market is going to start to break out. If he leaves rates unchanged, I think the crypto market will most likely experience a sell-off. So either way you look at this, it's going to be a very volatile day for crypto. If we turn red, you know what to do. Do nothing or buy the dip. If the market turns green, great. Then we start to head into the exciting times. I think he's going to cut rates. I see a lot of people saying he's not going to cut rates until October just to piss off Trump. I think he's going to do it. It's time for a rate cut in the United States. You know, the Fed, they create inflation and then they pretend to fight off that inflation. It's time to give people a break already. Cut the rates. And if we get a 50 BPS rate cut, you could expect crypto to really start to break out. And I'm really hoping that happens. But that's why XRP's price most likely turned green today as well, because everybody's expecting that Fed rate cut. And we might even experience a dip if he does cut rates. A dip and then all of a sudden a reversal, and XRP starts to break out with the rest of the market. Anything can happen. People are trying to call it, you know, some people are calling both things to happen. They're saying in one post, expect the market to dump tomorrow. And then in the next post, expect the market to skyrocket tomorrow. Because nobody really knows what's going to happen. This has been the most unpredictable cycle we have ever seen in crypto. And a lot has happened along the way. I mean, every time you thought the breakout was here, it seemed like something happened that caused another delay, whether it be the tariff talk or some sort of conflict in the Middle East, prolonging this cycle even more. But either way you look at it, we are going to experience an epic alt season. It's just a matter of time. And what it comes down to is you either sold too soon or you ended up making a hell of a lot of money off of your crypto. And until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.